Ladies and gentlemen, Democrats are panicking very hard. The future is looking extremely bright for Donald J. Trump. And we got to talk about the announcement that Trump made. And we also got to talk about the crazy, crazy town hall that Kamala had that might just have been the biggest mistake of this campaign. Now, she had to do the town hall, but unfortunately for her, Anderson Cooper and a whole bunch of journalists are not on her side anymore. The mainstream media is panicking because the person that they've been covering for can't even cover for herself. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you're about to see in a second. Make sure to smash the like button. Welcome to this live stream. As always, I love having you guys here. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Make sure to smash the like button right away. That is the price of admission on this show. Thank you for being here. Now, let's get right on to the news. Donald J. Trump goes on X, formerly known as Twitter, puts out a very viral tweet about Kamala Harris and the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, they're losing so bad that now their rhetoric is intensifying. Now, I'll show you why they're losing so bad, and I'll tell you why, and we can show you visual clips. But here's what Donald J. Trump says. He says, Comrade Kamala Harris sees that she is losing and losing very badly, especially after stealing the race from crooked Joe Biden. So now she is increasingly raising her rhetoric, going so far as to call me Adolf Hitler and anything else that comes to her warped mind. She is a threat to democracy and not fit to be president of the United States of America, and her polling so indicates. So Trump is saying, hold on, man. These Democrats, they're intensifying their rhetoric. They're putting my life in danger. This is the right thing to do. Why? Because when you look at what Kamala said here on this tweet, she says Donald Trump is out for unchecked power. He wants a military like Adolf Hitler had, who will be loyal to him, not our Constitution. He is unhinged, unstable, and given a second term, there will be no stopping him from pursuing his worst impulses. Now, Dave Rubin says, I can't imagine why someone would try to assassinate him. Now, he's saying that figuratively, but he's saying that because why in the hell would you post a tweet like this as somebody who is running against somebody else to be president? Gee, I can't imagine why people would try to assassinate this guy. Look at what they're saying. And we spoke about this yesterday, but Donald Trump himself has to come out and say, yo, Kamala Harris is losing so bad. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to realize what she's doing. She's now increasingly raising her rhetoric, going as far as to call me Adolf Hitler. So Trump is putting out there that, hey, man, this is going too far. These people are calling me Adolf Hitler. And even other former Democrats are noticing, yo, this is going to get somebody in trouble. This is going to cause things that are not good. But there's a reason for this. There's a reason for why they're increasingly doing stuff like this. And I'll show you one of the reasons why. Well, this is one of the reasons why. If you look at what happened last night at the town hall, just take a listen to this.
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life, or in your life in the last 4 years that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes. And they range from, if you've ever parented a child, you make.
Kamala has children. Real question.
Lots of mistakes too. In my role as vice president, I mean, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
Is there something you can point?
Yeah, this is why their rhetoric is increasing. I'll show you another video of why their rhetoric is increasing. Just take a look at her face here. You can already tell that this next answer is about to be just as bad as the first one.
Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall. So remember Donald Trump.
Oh, this is so bad, dude. This is why they're panicking so bad.
Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall. So remember Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't. How much of that wall did he build? I think the last number I saw is about 2%. And then when it came time for him to do a photo op, you know where he did it? In the part of the wall that President Obama built.
But you're agreeing to a
come
bill
on.
that would earmark $650 million to continue building that wall.
I pledge that I'm going to bring forward that bipartisan bill to further strengthen and secure our border. Yes, I am. And I'm going to work across the aisle to pass a comprehensive bill that deals with a broken immigration system. I think Jackson's question, part of it was
Anderson Cooper is losing. You know it's so bad. You know you're doing so bad when Anderson Cooper is losing his patience listening to you because you're not answering any of these questions. The question was a border wall stupid? Because that's something that she used to say before.
To acknowledge that America has always had migration, but there needs to be a legal process for it.
Yeah, now you sound like Trump. Yo, smash the like button. Let's get 1,000 likes right away. Let's get 1,000 likes right away because I have a lot to show you. They're comparing Trump to Hitler. Meanwhile, they can't even get away from the fact that they're copying Trump and everything he says. And now she sounds like Trump on immigration.
People have to earn it. And that's the point that I think is the most important point that can be made, which is we need a president who is grounded in common sense and practical outcomes. Like, let's just fix this thing. Let's just fix it. Why is there any ideological perspective on it? Let's just fix the problem.
To fix the problem, you're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I am not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because.
Oh my God. Oh man. Anderson Cooper is making her look like a child. Unfortunately for her, he's just like, and look, Anderson Cooper, we know where he stands. We know how Trump deranged he is, but even he can't believe where she's going with it. This has to be the worst town hall in the world.
Kurt
So you don't think it's stupid
Thank you for your $10 donation. I appreciate you, Karen.
anymore?
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because he actually didn't do much of anything. I just talked about that wall, right? We just talked about it. He didn't actually do much of anything.
But you do want to build some wall.
I want to strengthen our border.
So bad, dude. So you wonder why the rhetoric is increasing because they're losing very badly. And yo, word around town is that Trump is going to be declared the victor before the election. I'm hoping that that's the case, so that way it's literally too big to rig. But that's what it's looking like right now. Well, here are top 7 moments that are increasing the rhetoric because this town hall was so bad. Take a listen.
What weaknesses do you bring to the table and how do you plan to overcome them while you're in office?
That's a great question, Joe. Well, I am certainly not perfect. So let's start there. And I think that.
Oh my God, this is, you know what's crazy about this? It's as soon as this guy asked the question, I want you to take a look at Kamala's face.
What weaknesses do you bring to the table and how do you plan to overcome them while you're in office?
At this moment, she knew she messed up. Thank you. Oh, somebody gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Mama. Mama Bear. KDM. Thank you so much, KMDM. I think that I can't even see. Thank you so much for your subs. Appreciate that.
That's a great question, Joe. Well, I am certainly not perfect. So let's start there. And I think that perhaps a weakness, some would say, but I actually think it's a strength, is I really do value having a team of very smart people around me who bring to my decision-making process different perspectives.
He asked, what were the weaknesses that you bring? I'm pretty sure Trump would have answered this question with no problem. She can't even answer this question. Imagine, like, once again, just imagine her across from Vladimir Putin, across Kim Jong-un, across Xi Jinping, across Benjamin Netanyahu, across somebody that hates the United States of America. They're going to be looking at her like, what the hell are you talking about? Yo, we got to invade ASAP. Like, look at the leadership. We can't possibly. They should have threw somebody way better than this. This is not it.
My team will tell you, I am constantly saying, let's kick the tire on that. Let's kick the tires on it.
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life, or in your life in the last 4 years that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes, and they range from, if you've ever parented a child, you make lots of mistakes too. In my role as vice president, I mean, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I
can't answer a question. This is crazy.
Am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
You've been in the White House for 4 years. You were vice president, not the president. But why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done. Thank you, Eric. And you're absolutely right. You know it. I know it. I think most Americans know it. Price of groceries is still too high. Well, I may not be quick to have the answer as soon as you ask it about a specific policy issue sometimes, because I'm going to want to research it. I'm going to want to study it. I'm kind of a nerd sometimes, I confess.
2022, 2023, there were record border crossings. Your administration took hundreds of executive actions. It didn't stem the flow. Numbers kept going up. Finally, in 2024, just in June, 3 weeks before the first presidential debate with Joe Biden, you institute executive actions that had a dramatic impact, really shut down people crossing over.
This is the best question. This is about the border and the fact that they didn't take executive action that actually helped the issue until the presidential debates, which is what people argue about. Hey, these people aren't going to do anything until it's election season. Hey, black people, they aren't really going to come to you until it's election season. Hey, folks everywhere in this country, they're not going to help you, or they're not going to do anything for you until it's election season.
Why didn't your administration do that in 2022, 2023?
First of all, you're exactly right, Anderson. And as of today, we have cut the flow of immigration by over half. In fact, the numbers I saw most recently, illegal immigration.
But if
is
it was
low.
that easy with that executive action, why not do it in 2022, 2023?
Because we were working with Congress and hoping that actually we could have a long-term fix to the problem instead of a short-term fix.
You couldn't have done one and both at the same time?
Well, here's the thing. We have to understand that ultimately this problem is going to be fixed through congressional action.
Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall.
Yeah, this is extremely bad. It's so bad that even CNN look at David Axelrod right here, man. CNN has to admit what's going on. Take a listen.
When she doesn't want to answer a question, her habit is to kind of go to word salad city. And she did that on a couple of answers. One was on Israel. Anderson asked a direct question, would you be stronger on Israel than Trump? And there was a 7-minute answer, but none of it related to the question he was asking.
She doesn't have to be flawless, but she has to give you something. I mean, she's like a true double threat. She's terrible on her feet when she gets unexpected questions. And simultaneously, she can't even answer the expected questions. It's nothing, nothing, nothing. You'd think she'd be prepared to do this by now. What's a mistake you've made? Nothing. What's a weakness you have? Nothing. What's the first law you want to pass? Nothing. What's a policy difference between you and Joe Biden? Nothing. Over and over and over. Empty, empty, empty. If she were an animal, she'd be a duck-billed platitude.
But look,
it's a total word salad.
Focused a lot more on Donald Trump, I think it's fair to say, than she did on many specifics in terms of what she would do as president. But she did go into some of her plans for small businesses.
Well, I'll just tell you what I'm hearing from people who I have been talking to, and that is that if her goal was to close the deal, they're not sure she did that. And, some people have asked, is she being held to a different standard?
Close what deal? Close winning the election? I'm sorry, it's not happening. You guys chose the wrong one.
Maybe, but that's maybe the world that she's living in. And on the question of who she is, people are understanding that a little bit more, but what she will do, the question about her legislative priorities, name one, there wasn't one.
I think that the word salad stuff gets on my nerves. I think that some of the evasions are not necessary.
Van, shut the fuck up. Yo, shut up, bro. This guy right here. Every time I see him, I just think about him crying. Like, yo, shut up, bro. Like we don't want to hear you no more. Like, what are you like, bro? Just listen to what he's gonna say here, man. This guy is unbelievable.
I think that the word salad stuff gets on my nerves. I think that some of the evasions are not necessary. But when she's talking about trying to get you a house, I believe her.
Mm-hmm. Kamala Harris participated in a one-person debate last night, and she lost. Okay, she was asked direct questions, and she provided very circular answers. My colleagues Van Jones and David Axelrod and others noted that she provided word salad answers. And Anderson would ask her specifically direct questions, and she didn't provide an answer to them. When asked, Anderson asked the best question all night: "Why didn't you do this 4 years ago? Why haven't you been doing this?" 10-minute answer, didn't answer the question. So what she did last night, I don't think helped her cause at all. I think people were looking for, how are you heard the one woman, how are you going to make my life better? That wasn't provided. Donald Trump bad is not going to get you to the White House. I hate to break it to her.
Yep. And they think that Donald Trump bad is going to get them the White House. They think calling Donald Trump Hitler and, increasing their rhetoric of hatred. And, I believe these people would love, and I'm about to say something very controversial. This is just something I believe. And you don't have to agree with me when I say this, but I believe these people don't care anymore. They're losing so badly right now that they would love for something bad to happen to Donald Trump just so they can win, because that's how bad they're losing. And I'm sorry that sounds crazy, and I hope that doesn't happen. But unfortunately for these people, it's not going to happen, because it seems that God is on Trump's side, and this is how Trump is feeling about you. And, sometimes you just got to dance your way into the White House. That's what Trump is doing right here. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to smash the like button. I hope you guys enjoyed this version of the news. We got Trump busting a couple moves. Trump is coming to Madison Square Garden. One of the most famous. Wait. I haven't seen that move yet. I haven't seen that move before during his dances. Wow, golf move. He been practicing that? Hold on. Hey, watch this. Yep, bing. Yep, that's the move. I haven't seen that one yet. Maybe you guys have, but he's coming to Madison Square Garden. Big things are happening in New York City. We're going to be talking a lot more about the increasing of the rhetoric, but it's good for us to notice and note that, hey, the rhetoric is coming because they're losing very bad. They don't want to be friends because they're losing so bad. They're sore losers right now. And for them, unfortunately for them, we know this. We got Doctora Latina. I think I said her name before wrong, but she is a doctor, Doctora Latina. I hope I'm saying that right. Again, thank you for your $100 donation. I appreciate that. Hole in one. That's the hole in one dance. Yeah, Recon. That's the hole in one. And he's everywhere. He's literally everywhere. He's doing rally after rally, town hall after town hall, talking to every voter. This guy's on his way to the White House. And make sure to go out there and vote on November 5th. As of right now, it's looking like it's coming down to Pennsylvania. And Trump is probably right now looking like the winner before the election. So that's going to be big. The increasing of the rhetoric is about to get crazier. Buckle up. Buckle up. When I say that, buckle up. Prepare yourself for anything and everything. I really do mean that. Stay protected. Stay well. Stay prayed up. And I'll see you guys in a little bit.